I'm sure all of us agree that these ponies do and say some really weird things.
Okay, what do we have here? We got the overall mustard colored pants jumpsuit. Now don't worry about the waist size because the belt go around the shoulder. You ain't got nowhere to put your phone because your arms is in your pants pocket.
Why are these ponies wearing their pants so high? I told you they do and say some really weird things. For example, I've never seen a fan base go so hard in trying to defend the PlayStation 5 Pro. You know, most persons in the gaming industry would have said that the PlayStation 5 Pro is a waste of money, because after spending for a Pro of something, you expect everything to be there. You expect every game to run better than the standard version. And I mean, that is not the case.
Real and stuff like that. So I think it is pretty confidently a TAA based solution there, especially based on your findings relative to the PC version. And it is a little bit unusual because in that one aspect, the image quality is actually a bit better on the base consoles relative to PS5 Pro, which is
Gotcha.
a situation we're used to seeing possibly with PSSR in some respects, but not certainly with other anti-aliasing solutions available on that console. But yeah, in general, I mean, you know, what can you say? Outside of that one weird issue, it's basically a perfect performing game. Image quality is great, and I think one notable thing here is that Xbox Series S is basically identical outside of resolution to those bigger consoles.
So there we have Digital Foundry saying that in some instances the base console is running better than the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, that should never happen. When it is you say you have a Pro console, it should always be able to beat the standard console in whatever matchup, whether it be resolution, whether it be FPS, whatever it is. The Pro should always, 100% of the time, beat the standard version, the standard console. But that is not happening 100% of the times. We would have seen how the standard Series X and S at times would have beat the PlayStation 5 Pro. But yet still we have ponies still trying to convince themselves that the Pro is best. Listen.
No, that's fine. You know, it's funny because Aaron, I understand. He's saying, well, if you want a disc drive, it's going to be close to $800. Listen, that's fine, but you got to remember, everyone has short-term memory. I always say that in the gaming community.
Can I just answer?
Go ahead, Brad.
So now what he's doing, he's just trying to obfuscate and it's gonna be a hit. I mean, look, here's the deal. You don't have to buy the disc drive.
Right.
Why is buying a disc drive even an option for the PlayStation 5 Pro? Any item that has the Pro moniker on it should have everything the standard one has and then some. Are you trying to tell me the base PlayStation 5, the disc version, has a feature that the PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't? That makes no sense. Make it make sense.
Right.
Okay, no one's forcing you to buy. But here's the thing. If you want it, as a consumer, you are going to be like, hey, I'm okay with it. I'm willing to spend that money. For crying out loud, people go out and spend $2,000, $1,000, $800 just for GPUs.
That's right.
There is a market of consumer that will spend money on those things.
When you have a good product, you don't need to convince anyone to buy it. And the mere fact that these ponies are constantly defending the PlayStation 5 Pro proves that it's simply just not a good product. Enough said. Today, however, we are going to see how the PlayStation community is trying everything to distract you from knowing some of the bad things happening right now in Sony. I mean, these guys are doing anything, even this.
I beg your damn pardon. They did not see the camera. It's a camera and a microphone.
So we're going to talk about all that and more. So you know what? Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So we're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, guys. So if this type of content interests you, consider hitting the like and the subscribe button. You get great Xbox news, you get great Xbox content. We throw in Nintendo here and there, and we bring the Himalayan, this pink Himalayan salt from the PlayStation community. So hit that like and subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. It's no secret that Sony made a bad decision to go all in on games as a service. After canceling more than 10 games as a service, fans are speculating that right now Sony is in a dire state when it comes to first party content. And the evidence is pointing to that, because when we look at the last state of play, hardly likely we saw any first party content coming from a first party studio, a Sony first party studio. So there is some truth to Sony not having first party games to give to their consumers. Sony fans, however, was hoping that Neil Druckmann, yes, the guy who made The Last of Us, would come in and save the day with either a sequel to The Last of Us or a new IP for them to play. Now, we're not talking about Intergalactic. We know Intergalactic is some years away, but Neil accustomed saving Sony. I mean, to the point where it is, some of the fans are saying,
all right, let me ask you a question. Can you help me? Can you help me with this question?
What's the question?
Where is factions? Where is factions? You told us to wait, we waited, and you're still not here. Neil Druckmann, where are you? Neil Druckmann, where are you?
PlayStation.
So yes, Factions is dead, and you guys are never seeing it again. Well, Neil Druckmann have some more bad news for you ponies, because it's been reported that Neil Druckmann is saying that there will be no more Last of Us 3. Wow, wowzers. Listen.
Don't bet on there being more of Last of Us. Asked about The Last of Us 3. Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann says this could be it. Don't bet on The Last of Us Part 3 ever happening, says Naughty Dog studio head Neil Druckmann. It's been a lingering question whether Naughty Dog would follow up 2020's acclaimed The Last of Us Part 2 with another sequel. And in an interview with Variety, Druckmann gave us our clearest answer yet. No, probably not. I was waiting for this question. Druckmann said, I guess the only thing I would say is don't bet on there being more of Last of Us. This could be it, with HBO's The Last of Us Season 2 on the way, and the TV show's plot being a direct adaptation of the games. I'll be careful not to spoil anything, but let's just say the sequel ended fairly definitively. There aren't a whole lot of loose ends to tie up. So if it was a Last of Us Part 3, it would likely have to introduce some new plot element rather than just follow up on existing narrative threads. The first season of HBO's TV series was a fairly direct adaptation of the first Last of Us game, but it sounds like the second season will be different. We've known for some time that there would be more than 2 seasons of the show, and talking to Variety, Druckmann's co-showrunner Craig Mazin said he's still not sure how long it'll go. It feels like we've got 1 or 2 more seasons. Mazin said, it's getting harder to make because every episode gets big. You don't want to wait 4 years for a 17-episode finish, or whatever it is. Neil Druckmann says The Last of Us Season 2 will incorporate pretty brutal deleted material from The Last of Us 2. I'm very excited for people to see it.
So there you have it. Neil Druckmann and his team is focusing on TV, not games, You ponies think you're gonna get games? No, you're getting TV. Show up at the premiere and let's watch some TV. So it really goes to show the focus now for Neil Druckmann. He wants to be a movie star, he wants to be a director, but it really goes to show that Sony has lost their way when it comes to, these type of games. We know that Sony would have remastered The Last of Us. There's how many different versions of The Last of Us? Who could count? This series has been worn and burned out by a lot of persons, but there are still some fans. But Sony is saying, no, you guys are going to get a TV show and you guys are going to live with that and then wait for Intergalactic. But what do you think about Neil Druckmann's decision to possibly cancel The Last of Us 3? Now, he could just be waiting for the okie doke, have, basically tear down the fans and then surprise them maybe 2 or 3 years in the future and say, here what, we just couldn't upset the fans. Here's Last of Us 3. He could be doing that. That would be a great, moment. So that's why he may be saying that. But we don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you think about Neil Druckmann saying there'll be no more Last of Us 3. How much more Last of Us could the community take? Let me know in the comment sections below. Now let's talk about how the PlayStation fans and Sony would have cancelled another studio and another game, essentially laying off the devs. Which game is this? Well, this game is Until Dawn. Yes, Until Dawn. You all remember that game, ponies? That game came out 5 months ago, Until Dawn Remastered. And when that game came out, you know what? Not one pony supported it. All the vocal, minority of these ponies would have been saying, wow, Sony just produces banger after banger. Well, guess what? This game, Until Dawn, was made by Ballistic Moon. And when this remake came out, they thought they had a bang on their hand. But no doubt, they had a steaming load of horse manure. Woo! That was gassy. Yes, to believe Until Dawn came out and these ponies didn't support it. The player account was abysmal. No one, by these ponies not buying this game, guess what happened, guys? Guess what happened to the Until Dawn devs, and guess what eventually is going to happen to the game? Look at this.
Ballistic Moon Studio closes after releasing Until Dawn Remake. Insider Gaming. Ballistic Moon, the studio that developed the Until Dawn remake, is effectively closed, according to multiple sources who have reported the situation to Insider Gaming. In September 2024, the studio had already undergone layoffs, resulting in the dismissal of 40 employees ahead of the release of the Until Dawn remake on October 4th. The remaining team was supposed to continue developing the game and supporting it after release. But in December, they were also laid off, resulting in the layoff of about 20 more people. As of now, Ballistic Moon is down to just the founders and maybe a few more people. There's no one left in the PR, marketing, or development departments. People are sharing bugs they've found in the game to make the team aware, but there is no one working on patch support for the game anymore. The studio has effectively closed now, said one of the anonymous sources. The founders reportedly wanted the studio to continue and were trying to find funding to continue the work, but were unsuccessful. Sony said they might offer other projects for Ballistic Moon after the release of the Until Dawn remake, but that never happened. The studio's founders and management have not yet made any official statements or provided comments to the media.
Wow. Broken promises, lies, and now unemployment. This is what Ballistic Moon is getting for working with Sony. This is crazy. Did you hear what is going on here? Persons are looking for bugs, and guess what? There's no bug catcher. There's no, insecticide to kill these bugs because everyone is gone. Everyone has disappeared. All because of the PlayStation community. They didn't buy this game. They didn't support the devs according to them. This is a real sad state of affair. And guess what? Now they are moving on to saying, they are getting all Xbox games. But guess what? They didn't even appreciate the games they had before. Well, let me hear what you think or what you thought about this story. Ballistic Moon is looking like it's all over because of making a deal with persons who are hypocrites. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. See you guys in the next one. Later.